Good morning. 7 o'clock as we get started on our Thursday morning. Today's Wake Up with Witcher is sponsored by East Tennessee Renovations. They are a family-owned and operated residential remodeling company specializing in kitchen and bathroom renovations. You're taking a look at some kitchen renovations they have done. What you're looking at is some beautiful kitchens. Now, listen, they take pride in their communication skills and scheduling skills, cleanliness on the job, and overall customer satisfaction. Their goal, actually, is to make every single project they do the most hassle-free and least impactful to you, your family, and your daily life. They're very passionate about accessibility. They are certified aging in place specialists, which means they can help you widen your doorways, remove transitions, create easier access in your kitchen, bathrooms, and your entire house. Give my friends at East Tennessee Renovations a call today at 865-233-3657. That's 865-233-3657. Or visit them online at easttnrenovations.com. If you're looking for a hassle-free kitchen or bathroom update, and tell them that Witcher sent you. By the way, 7:01 right now. Wake Up with Witcher starts right now.
You're watching East Tennessee Weather, powered by Rusty Wallace Automotive Group.
And good morning, everyone. It's a nice, quiet, cold, but not cold, I should say, but a damp start to the day. That's a live look there in Hardin Valley here this morning. And we have the overcast gray skies sticking with us here as we start this Thursday. Now, by the end of the day, we'll see some sunshine around the area, so we will be dry. We'll see a little bit of sunshine before the day is over, but it's a process, and these clouds are going to be slowly working their way on out of here, leaving us with more sunshine later on this evening. But as I mentioned, it's going to be short-lived. Why? Well, we do have another storm system that's set to arrive as we head into our Friday night, and into our Saturday morning. Big shout out to Katrina this morning. It is her birthday. Happy birthday, Katrina. Glad you could join us here on the broadcast as we get the day started. And good morning to you, Lee, and also Tina, who's joining us on social media so far this morning. All right, let's talk about rainfall over the last 2 days. We've seen some decent amount of rain, so now we have a saturated ground. We've seen over an inch of rain in many locations around town, and so that's the story as our next batch of rain heads our way. We could see the potential for some localized flooding. I don't think it's going to be anything major, but definitely something to watch out for early Saturday morning if you have travel plans. Here's the big picture weather pattern. You can see how this storm system is going to be swinging its way across the Mid-South. It is going to produce some strong to severe thunderstorms. We'll talk more about that here in a moment. The potential for some localized flooding. We'll also talk about that in a moment. But the storm system will wind down as we head into our Saturday night and Saturday evening. So here's your weather headlines. Dry today. Another pleasant day ahead of us today. If you're hitting the golf course today, it's going to be the greens would be rather slow throughout the day today as the ground is saturated. But we're going to see increasing chances for rain throughout the day on Friday, albeit on the light side. Friday night, moderate to heavy rainfall. So that's going to make for a rather soggy and slow-going Saturday morning. And then spring break, high pressure means happy weather. All right, let's get to work with the satellite and radar. No rain showing up out there this morning. When you check in on the visibility, well, these are some low clouds that are hanging out with us, as you clearly saw from the Hardin Valley camera at Orange Hat Brewing, and a little bit of fog banked up against the Smoky Mountains and up into parts of Scott and Morgan and Fentress County. So if you travel Highway 27, you may run into some patchy, dense fog here this morning. Temperatures, about where we were yesterday. Not a big deal. We're now about 2 degrees cooler in some locations, a couple of degrees warmer in other locations. So generally speaking, this is about where we were yesterday, which, just to keep us all in check, average high for this time of year is in the mid to upper 50s, and we're currently in the low to mid 50s. And it's only 7:04. Always checking that time so don't run late. We'll check it on traffic here in just a moment, but let's get everyone out the door here this morning. So a little bit of fog now, temperatures in the 50s. By noon, we're going to see mostly cloudy skies in 61. We should start to see the clouds clear out slowly but surely as we get into the afternoon and early evening hours. So your Futurecast model, picking up our timeline at 7 o'clock this morning, picking up on those clouds, the fog. As that storm system slides off to our east, we still get a little bit of that wraparound moisture, but as drier air starts to settle its way on in, that's what's going to bring us a little bit more sunshine throughout the day today. Lee says, no golf today. The course is just way too wet. Good info to pass along there, Lee. All right, so 3 o'clock today, 3 to 7, I think we'll start to see a little bit more sunshine. But as the sun goes down, I anticipate some high-level clouds to head our way as our next storm system approaches the area. Now we go from 7 o'clock here tonight into our Friday morning, and it should be a mostly dry start to our Friday morning. I'm not expecting a whole lot of activity, but you can start to see these rain showers settle on in. These will be some light rain showers. I don't think it's going to be a huge major player like it was yesterday morning for the morning rush hour as we wrap up our Friday morning. You can clearly see it's not going to produce a whole lot of rain. But do we have some rain for the morning rush hour tomorrow morning? It is possible. Yes, for sure. Then as we head through the day on Friday, we'll just see some scattered light rain showers. I don't think we'll see a ton of rain. Do most of us have a chance for some rain on Friday? Sure. But it's going to be on the lighter side compared to what we will see Friday night and Saturday morning. Here's 7 o'clock. By the way, the meet and greet for Witcher over at Orange Hat Brewery, 6 to 8 o'clock. So we'll be dealing with some rain showers. So make sure you either come with some money so you can purchase an umbrella or come with an umbrella, because when we leave the meet and greet tomorrow night, we're all going to be soaked. But no severe weather threat for us here as we get into our Friday night, which is great news. And you can clearly see how the rain is going to start to pile up throughout the day on Friday. Heaviest rain is going to be across the Western Valley and the Cumberland Plateau. But Friday night into Saturday morning, watch as the heavy rain settles its way on in. So 7 o'clock at night on Friday, during the overnight hours, it's going to be a soaker. Another southern soaker moving its way through East Tennessee, my friends, and that's going to produce another maybe 1 to 2 inches of rainfall, especially across the Southern Valley, half an inch to an inch of rain north of Interstate 40. Temperature-wise, not too terribly bad, but behind that cold front, we'll take a little bit of a dip in those temps as we get into our Sunday, Monday time frame. And when you look at those low temperatures, the coldest morning comes through as we get into our Monday, but that means that temperatures will warm up nicely. And as I mentioned, spring break is going to bring us much, much better weather as we head through the week of spring break. So we do want to take a look at those TDOT cameras, see if we have any incidents out there. It does look like we have a couple of incidents here this morning. So let's go ahead and take a look at that here as we get the morning started. You can see our TDOT cameras right there. Again, we've got a couple of incidents down across the Southern Valley. So let me go ahead and show you that. Anybody traveling I-75, this would be on the southbound lane. We have a car crash, a single car crash at mile marker 45, just right around the Riceville Sweetwater area. And two lanes are blocked. Excuse me, the southbound left lane is blocked of the 2 lanes. So you're down to 1 lane in that location. So that's going to slow you down if you're heading southbound on Interstate 40. Also, we have a little bit of congestion showing up there on Interstate 75 connecting to 640. And as we highlight some of those traffic cameras here at this hour, we'll just take some of the classics here. We'll head over towards Westtown Mall. This is Interstate 40 and Weisgarber. And what a difference a day makes compared to what we saw yesterday. Thank goodness for that. We're not going to see much more. Shouldn't have any major issues when it comes to weather, obviously, when we're talking about the storm system. So who's ready for more rain? Anybody ready for more rain? That's not the right key. Let's see. There we go. Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. We'll get to work with the big picture weather pattern coming up here in just a second, because as I want to highlight what's in store, where our storm system's coming from, and how it's going to impact us. As we clearly saw, it's going to produce some locally heavy rainfall around the area, which is always a good time. If you're new to the platform, I see quite a few folks joining us on X this morning, so thanks for joining us. If you don't have the East Tennessee Weather app, it's a great app. It travels wherever you go. And when we're talking rain and we're talking weekend and we're talking outdoor activities coming up this weekend, you'll want to track it with the interactive radar. It is 100% free. So just go to the Google Play Store or the App Store and we'll highlight that. All right, back to the big picture. Here's what's going on. Our trough of low pressure that's going to bring us the stormy weather tomorrow night into our Saturday. Big old trough. This is going to produce some snow showers out across parts of the West Coast and the Intermountain West, the Four Corners, Colorado. They're looking at some decent snow. But notice the jet stream. The jet stream's the river of air up in the upper parts of the atmosphere, and that's going to pump in. And that's the driving force for helping to push a cold front into our area. So when you look at rainfall, the rain's going to increase throughout the day on tomorrow. Heaviest rain's going to be tomorrow night. So everybody's getting wet Friday night into Saturday morning, and then the rain starts to taper off Saturday, hence the 60% chance that we have both Friday and Saturday. And because it's spring break, there are going to be a lot of travelers. I know a lot of folks have already started to leave town, maybe pulling their kids out of school a little bit on the earlier side. But we do have the risk for some strong thunderstorms Friday from Arkansas to Mississippi and Alabama. But notice it skips East Tennessee as we get into our Saturday. So Saturday from Atlanta to Macon, Augusta, Myrtle Beach, Charleston. So anybody going to be traveling to the beaches on Friday or really on Saturday, heads up. You could see some strong to severe thunderstorms as this cold front swings its way on through. And the flood risk. So that's day number 3. Let me show you day number 2. because we do have a little bit of a flood risk across parts of the Tennessee Valley as we get into day 2. So let's see if we can get that. There's Saturday. And there's Saturday. Where did my map go? I'm not quite sure where my map went. It just disappeared. Let's see if we can get this pulled up here. There's that. It's not pulling up, my friends. Let's try this. That's not pulling up either. All right. Well, any way you look at it, it does look like we have a chance for some locally heavy rainfall. So here's our timeline on our big picture. Again, I showed you this at the top of the hour, but I just wanted to highlight this again because, again, a lot of folks are going to be traveling here as we get into the weekend. Whether it be for pleasure, spring break, or maybe for work, or you're just going to go visit some friends, you're going to be dealing with the rain. But again, it is going to produce the possibility of some strong to severe thunderstorms along the southern trailing end of that cold front along the southeastern coastline. So rainfall amounts, when you talk about today through tomorrow, this takes us from 7 o'clock today through 7 o'clock tomorrow. This is a 24-hour period. We're going to start to see those rain showers start to pick up around the area. Not today, but that's going to be tomorrow, then Friday into Saturday. We'll start to see those rain showers continue to pick up. So basically, Friday into Saturday time frame, we're looking at over 2 inches of rainfall across parts of Atlanta, Macon, Augusta. So a lot of rain across the area. And as I also mentioned and showed you with their 7-day temperature trend, temperatures will cool down. Sunday, we're going to be in the 30s and 40s for low temperatures. We only make it into the 50s on Sunday. So Sunday is going to be the coolest day. Monday morning is going to be even chillier, but as we head through spring break, look at these temperatures. And I think we're going to see minimal rain chances as we head into next week, so that's good news to pass along for any staycationers. I think we're going to be staycationing, not going to be heading onto out and about with any vacations around East Tennessee, unfortunately, or around the region. It would be nice to head off to the beach, wouldn't it? Or maybe do some skiing vacation. That sounds like it would be pretty fun as well. So anybody on here that's new this morning, everybody wish Katrina a happy birthday this morning. We're not going to ask your age, of course. That would be inappropriate, but we sure hope you have a great day, Katrina. Birthdays are special. I love birthdays, as you know. And I hope you and Kimberly get a chance to get together and maybe celebrate your birthday. I love how you guys have befriended each other. I think it's absolutely amazing. Brian Partridge says it's good morning, East Tennessee. It's going to be a great day today. It is. Now, again, we're not going to have abundant sunshine, Brian, but we are going to see dry weather conditions. Compared to yesterday, what a mess yesterday was. I remember I went up to Morristown. I went up to Read Across America and read to some kids. I read to the preschoolers and kindergartners. I read to the first graders through, I think it was like 4th grade. And then I talked to this 5th, 6th, 7th, or 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. We just had a good conversation because I wasn't going to read them a little kid's book. So we just talked about weather and talked about what I do and kind of gave a little bit of advice on careers. And, you know, as some of these kids go off into high school and college, I just wanted to let them know that no matter what they choose and what they decide to do as a career, life can sometimes throw you a little bit of a curveball, which it did with my case. Remember, I wanted to be a pilot, then I wanted to be a reporter, and I'd never wanted to do weather. I tried to get out of weather 7 times at my first TV job, and lo and behold, I've been doing weather forecasting for now 24 years. So that was kind of the point to the kids who are all growing up. All right, good morning, Stephanie. I'm trying to get to a school up in Crossville, Stephanie, by the way. And so if I can get up there, I'd love to meet up. I'll let you know if that happens. I'd love to meet up. I'd love to come to the shooting range to find out exactly where that camera could go, if it could go there. So I'll be reaching out to you hopefully on email or even on social media, Stephanie. So bring on the sunshine, says Kim. Yeah. And Kim, remember, I'm still going to get down to your place in Sweetwater and get a camera up. Still working on things. We had a little bit of a breakthrough last night, and so that's good news. And so that's a sign of maybe populating a few more cameras around town here in the in the coming days. Oh, and on a side note, I messaged my merch department, my merch people, the merch folks, and I said, "Hey, any chance these are going to be ready by Friday night?" And the answer is yes, my friends. They said yes. The hats are almost done, the shirts are almost done, and the umbrellas will be delivered tomorrow morning. So I will go pick those up before I head off to the meet and greet tomorrow. Remember, the meet and greet tomorrow night, 6 to 8, Orange Hat Brewery in Hardin Valley. So come out and say hi. and I'll have a table set up with all my merch set up. So, but the good news is I will have my merch. Thank you to Label Industries. Label Industries. He's my neighbor, Michael Branning, and he owns Label. That's what I do all my merch through. And so thank you, Michael and Label Industry, for kind of putting a rush order on this. So we're going to have some merchandise tomorrow night. That's going to be awesome. Can you believe that's tomorrow night? How time flies. I feel like we set this up like, what, a month ago? We set this up like a month ago. Anyways, pretty crazy stuff. Good morning, Ronnie. Kay's joining us on this on the chat here this morning. Glad that everyone's giving Katrina a big shout out. Good morning, Joe. Haven't talked to you for a while, buddy. Hopefully business is doing great. Joe Gleason's joining us on here this morning. He's the owner of what's that called? What is that called? Jiffy Lube. Jiffy Lube Knoxville. So remember, they've got locations in Maryville, Clinton, and also the Knoxville area. We'll be highlighting them tomorrow. So glad he could join us on the chat here this morning. Anybody have a good day yesterday, or did the rain just kind of put a damper on your day? My wife and I went out to lunch yesterday, got some sushi. That was good. I love me some sushi. And I love a good day date, even if it's just lunch, if that's all we can try to muster out of our day. It's hard sometimes when you have kids, and next week's going to be interesting because, of course, the kids are out of school for spring break. And Tina's birthday's next week. So, Tina, we'll wish you a happy birthday next week. How about that? Next Wednesday is her birthday. Oh, Katrina doesn't mind saying her age. Nice. Well, happy 52 to you. 52 to you. I hope you enjoy the day and go out and grab yourself some lunch and treat yourself, and your family treats you well. Hopefully you have a great day, Katrina. Joe says, what's going on near Athens? Traffic is stopped. So if you joined in late on the chat there, Joe, yeah, we do have an accident down 75 in the Athens community. So anybody going to be traveling 75 southbound, you are going to run into, let's see if I can get it. There it is. So you're going to run into, come on, mouse. You're going to run into an accident as you get closer to the Athens exit. Let's see if these cameras are populated. It doesn't show much there, but you can clearly see the traffic is not, volume's not heavy down there due to the fact that folks are being slowed down, but that's the only camera I have in the Athens community. So, so traffic's going to slow you down right there near Athens due to an accident in that location. Sandra, good morning. She says, good morning, everyone from Jefferson City countryside. Everyone have a great day. No rain, please. No rain today, but rain picks up tomorrow. Remember, Sandra. Good morning, Lee. Did you use that East Tennessee weather umbrella yesterday? It was a soaker. What up, Buck? Buck, are you going to join us tomorrow night? Are you coming out? Or do you have a concert to go to? What's your priorities there, Buck? Buck says tonight, the State of Confusion address. Yeah. Oh, boy, here we go. Welcome to the politics season, right? I don't know about you, but I'm not a big fan. But we got to have it. I suppose it runs our country and it runs our communities. Tom says, good morning, Mike. With rain on Friday night, is the meet and greet still on at Orange Hat? Yes, it is, my friend. Yes, it is. Let's see. Tina says, hoping to find a parking spot tomorrow at our meet and greet. Come early. It does get busy around there on a Friday night. And they do have parking. And they have some decent parking, but, it's not like mall parking by any stretch of the imagination. Kimberly, maybe. I won't say that out loud on here. People can just read the chat if they want to. Buck says, we need the rain to fill up reservoirs, a.k.a. Norris, Douglas, all need water. And obviously, rain, as we get into the growing season, we need this rain, right? We don't want to be in a drought this time of the year, that's for sure. That is for sure. Thank you, Buck. I appreciate you. Yeah, Tina, I'm not quite sure how many people are going to show up. I was telling my friend who owns Orange Hat yesterday, I said, I don't know, maybe about 5 to 10 people will show up, which is okay. Then we can have a little bit more of a quaint conversation. I think my wife's going to come with the kids for a little bit anyways, but then they'll probably leave a little bit on the earlier side. Kimberly, whose birthday is it? We have another birthday on here too. Whose birthday is it? Tina says, I was dragging my butt all day yesterday. I actually had a little extra pep in my step, and maybe it was the fact that I'm trying to get over this cold and I'm taking care of the allergies, but I was doing okay yesterday. Now, of course, by the end of the day, I think we're all kind of exhausted. Is there a nice sunrise taking shape here this morning, Buck? Let's go check out some of these East Tennessee weather cameras. Let's see what's going on. Oh, the clouds are starting to break up a little bit. Here we go. Let's go ahead and show you what it looks like from, let's go through some of these cameras, shall we? Uh-oh, where'd my cameras go? Oh, I know where they went. See if we can get this up. We'll come back to my screen until I get the cameras up. There we go. Maybe. There we go. All right, let's show you some cameras around town. I don't know why that's not. Well, there it is. Okay. Just had to load. It took a second to load. That's at Orange Hat, by the way. So you can see the clouds are already starting to break up there. Let's take you down to Maryville and show you what it looks like at the shed. This is looking off to the southeastern sky. Nice. Nice view there from the shed. Is it going to load? Is it going to load? Why is it not loading on my side? There it goes. We're running a little slow this morning. I'm not quite. I took a power hit last night, and I lost power last night. And so I had to come into the studio this morning and get everything up and running and going. And it took a hot minute to get everything up and running again. I had to reset my camera, turn on all my lights again, because my lights are all automated. But then when I lose power, I lose that automation. I am in search of a whole home generator. Reached out to a company in Crossville who's expanding to the Knoxville area. So hopefully they get back to me. That's a live look there in Sevierville. Looking off to the mountains. The mountains are all socked in here this morning. Then we'll take you to downtown Gatlinburg and show you what that looks like in downtown Gatlinburg here in a second. Nice quiet start to the day there. No rainfall showing up in downtown Gatlinburg. And that's a live look from Union County, Maynardville. I was talking to Tom the other day, and he said there's a lot of folks that don't know that we have a live camera in Union County on top of the courthouse. And how about this cool view? Let's take you to Volunteer Cove Marina. And that, my friends, is not a bad start today. Let's zoom that camera in a little bit. Look at that. Is that not gorgeous? Who's ready for lake season? Anybody ready for lake season this morning? I am ready for some lake season. I'm ready for some warmer temperatures. I'm ready. I want spring, though. I want a solid spring. I don't want to jump straight to summer. I like those temperatures in the 60s and 70s and low 80s. I don't want to jump straight to the hot and humid weather, that's for sure. And I'm sure you probably agree with me. But Buck says, Witcher or a concert? Come on, Buck. Come on, my friend. Do you have a concert tomorrow night? And if so, which one is it? Cody, are you going to join us? Hey, by the way, Cody sent me some emails. Remember, I said I'm looking for if you want to help me design the Witcher's Weather Watchers. Remember the Storm Spotter program that I'm setting up with East Tennessee? I think I got about 4 or 5 women and about 5 or 6 men or so. So we're up to about 12 to 15 folks that have already joined in on Witcher's Weather Watchers. And Cody, I did get your email. I was really busy running around, going to Morristown. I had some meetings yesterday, and I got really busy yesterday evening. But I did get your email. Your designs are great. And I think it's a great start to Witcher's Weather Watchers. But I think we need the name on there, Witcher's Weather Watchers, right? So maybe if you can redesign that and add in a little bit of Witcher's Weather Watchers and maybe throw in a little bit of my, I think I want the Orange TN or I want East Tennessee Weather to show up down there somewhere, somehow. So if you're looking at helping to design the Witcher's Weather Watchers shirt, go ahead and design it up, sketch it up like Cody did, and shoot me an email, mike@easttnweather.com. Jorge says, if I can survive today, I'm planning to make it to tomorrow night. Jorge, I hope you survive today for so many reasons. And then I hope you can join us tomorrow night. Renee's joining us from the Pines this morning. Oh, Teresa, it's your birthday too. Well, happy birthday to you, Teresa. So we've got Katrina and Teresa's birthday on here this morning. That's awesome. I need to get some birthday music or something so we can celebrate birthdays on the channel every single morning. And if you're joining us from Twitter, thanks so much, or X. I've got a lot of folks that have been joining on X recently, so thanks for populating the channel and coming to check out your local forecast and the conversation here every single morning. I was up to a lot of folks yesterday on X. So we're at about 40 folks joining us from Twitter this morning. I just can't get X to really roll off my tongue. It's Twitter still to me. But whatever. You all are awesome. Yeah, Buck's ready for a beautiful warm season so he can start riding his motorcycle a little bit more. Chris is ready for the anti-cold season. I like that. The anti-cold season. Felicia says, happy Thursday. Taking Andrea to school this morning. She loves listening to you every morning. So good morning to Andrea. Have a great day at school. Glad you could join us with your mom as you head off to school every morning. Absolutely love that. Melinda's looking forward to some kayaking. Yes, I'm looking forward to. We have paddle boards, and we actually have. So where we live, we actually have lake access. We own some lake property, but it's not lake front. It's lake access, and so it's just right down the street at the end of the cul-de-sac where I live, and so we can walk our paddle boards down there and be on the lake in 2 seconds. So we love getting on the paddle boards, just cruising around. I've got a canoe as well. This is my grandpa's canoe. It's like a 1958 Grumman canoe, all metal, all aluminum canoe. It's the canoe that I actually learned to canoe in and learned to boat in. When my grandfather died, my mom got it. And then when I moved back here in 2017, I asked my dad to bring it out. And he sure did. And so that sits in the backyard. I need to get a new motor for it. I've got like a 1985 old, an old motor that's attached to it. Man, and it is loud and it leaks gas everywhere. I actually really want to do an electric motor. So I may try to purchase one of those this summer because it's quiet. The first is getting on the other one. It's like, as I'm cruising down the cove. Like, okay, you can hear me from a mile away. That's for sure. So what kind of music is JJ Grey and the Mofro and Mofro? What kind of music is that, Buck? I love going to the Shed and listening to some concerts, and they've got a great venue there. And of course, I got my camera, so I can, during concert season, Buck, just remind me of the concerts at the Shed, and I can point my camera down there. And once these cameras go live, you'll be able to check out the concert live on camera. Pretty cool stuff right there. Donna wants more cold and snow. I think you're the exception, not the rule. Sorry, Donna. I don't think that we're going to see much in the way of winter weather, but March is always an active season, so we'll see what the rest of March brings. But as it stands right now, it looks like we're going to stay pretty quiet and on the warmer side so far. So far. Oh, Cody, I did not see your message. Cody passed the Storm Spotter program. So he's going to email me his certificate. And just an FYI, I talked to the National Weather Service yesterday. He said, and I told him what I'm doing with this Witcher's Weather Watchers, and they love it. He was so jazzed about it. He goes, just an FYI, for Fentress and Cumberland County, because they're with the National Weather Service out of Nashville. Those are the two counties out of Nashville that are in East Tennessee. And I've always been like, why don't you guys just grab those two counties? It doesn't really make sense that Nashville grabs them and you don't have them. But either way, National Weather Service in Nashville does all the watches and warnings and all the forecasting for Fentress and Cumberland County. And if you do take the course through the Nashville community, something to keep in mind, that they do not present certificates. You just have to let me know. So Stephanie, I know you live in North Crossville. So if you want to become a storm spotter for East Tennessee weather and become part of Witcher's Weather Watchers, you can take the course as well. But just know if you take it through the National Weather Service out of Nashville, you will not get a certificate. I'll just have to trust you. But I really want you to understand weather if you're going to be a Witcher Weather Watcher. I really want you to understand the weather and how thunderstorms work and how to report them and what hail sizes mean and what that looks like. So when you report to me, there's some sort of accuracy with that. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? I think it's just kind of doing my due diligence and doing your due diligence to actually know a little bit what you're talking about. Tom says he's ready to take the doors off the Jeep. Tom, I'm ready to purchase a Jeep. I want a CJ5 or a CJ7. I don't care how clunky it is. That's what my wife and I have been wanting one of those for so long. We almost bought one just before COVID. We should have because prices skyrocketed during COVID. Buck says, I want a camera up at the Wivick Tower Hill. That's where we live. My house has the perfect place to install it. Well, you let me know, Buck, and we'll get one up for you. If you want one, you let me know. Hit me up, Mike at easttnweather.com. Let me know that you want a camera. I'll add you to the list. I have a whole list right here. I'm not installing any more cameras until I can figure out how to get these things live. Once I can get them live, with the installs will be cranking out. And then you'll be able to have some beautiful views from hopefully the website, the app, and whatnot. Jen's joining us from Dandridge this morning. Good morning, Jen. Okay, so yeah, they've got the Mount Horeb Elementary School PTO is excited for their car show and vendor show Saturday. So come join us for the fun. Maybe I will. I don't know what we have going on Saturday. Pat slept in this morning. That's okay, Pat. I'm glad you could join us this morning. It's 7:31, by the way, right now. And remember, we have that accident down I-75 near Athens, so anybody traveling 75 southbound is going to run into a little bit of a slowdown this morning. But at least traffic's not too terribly busy in that location, so it shouldn't take you too long to get through that. Felicia says, can kids take the class? That is a great question. I have no idea. I don't think that there's an age limit on that. How old of a kid are you talking about? I do not know. But I can find out from the National Weather Service, so hit me up at Mike at easttnweather.com. Ask me that question again, and I will reach out to the National Weather Service and find out if there is an age requirement. Kim says, will they have other drinks tomorrow like Coke or Pepsi? They do have sodas. They have sodas there, and they have non-alcoholic kombucha if you're interested in that. And they also have water as well. So, yes, they do have non-alcoholic beverages. You do not have to be a drinker to come join us for the meet and greet tomorrow night. But if you show them that you downloaded the app, you'll get a discount on your first beer. Good morning, Tammy. Glad you could join us. Did you get my sunset picture on the app? I did not. Not yet. I haven't had a chance to go through the app pictures yet, but I will, and I will get that up momentarily. Cody says, yeah, they serve Coke with Jack added to it. A little Jack and Coke. They actually don't serve liquor, but they're trying to get their liquor license right now. Oh, and I had a meeting yesterday with the marketing director from Yeehaw. She's a good friend of mine, but we're going to be getting a camera at Yeehaw. And Yeehaw Brewing in downtown is going to be doing a summer concert series. So you're going to start to see some advertisements on here. I'm going to be talking about the summer concert series. We're going to partner together where I'm going to give them forecasts leading up to the summer concert series. It's going to be every Wednesday night. I think she said 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock at night every Wednesday as we get into the summer. I don't know the exact dates right now, but it's also combined with WDVX. And so it's going to be a bluegrass festival at Yeehaw all summer long, every Wednesday night. And so I'll be partnering with Yeehaw, so that's going to be a lot of fun to do. Love summer concerts, love outdoor venues, and Yeehaw's got a great outdoor venue. If you've never been there, highly recommend checking them out. Kimberly Claiborne says, where? Where what? What are you talking about, Kimberly Claiborne? I know Tom wants to play some darts at Orange Hat. Anybody want to play some darts with Tom and I tomorrow night? 70 says, that's strange. Everyone I know in Crossville always gets their weather info from Knoxville. I know it is kind of strange, but when you look at how the National Weather Service breaks up their forecast communities, I don't know why they don't have Cumberland and Fentress County. Not quite sure why. Maybe it's due to the fact that you're Central Time and Nashville's Central Time. And so the National Weather Service in Morristown doesn't have to deal with the Central Time Zone. I would imagine that's probably the reason why. But I'm not 100% sure. And by the way, Stephanie, it's 6:34 in the morning where she lives because they're Central Time. And she joins us a lot on the morning broadcast. So thanks for getting up early with us and joining us for sure. Kimberly, don't forget your cell phone so we can take some more pictures, you know. It should be a lot of fun. Tomorrow's going to be a lot of fun. All right, got a few more people populating the chat here this morning, so let's get back to work with the forecast here. Let me kind of recap what's going on throughout the next couple of days. We'll just keep it local. We won't go to the national the national picture, but I'll show you the big picture weather pattern for folks that may need to hit the road and just joined in. So this is the story. Today's going to be dry today. Today's going to be dry. We'll see some scattered light rain showers throughout the day on Friday. Heavy rain moves in Friday night into Saturday morning. That's 7 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. I think most of the rain, as we mentioned for the car show at Mount Horeb Elementary School, if you're interested in doing something like that, it does look like the rain's going to start to work its way on out. But as the cold front comes through in the late morning hours, so I think probably 10 to noon, 10 to 1 or so-ish, the models are showing just a little bit of instability. So can we tap into some of that energy and produce a few thunderstorms through the late morning? Not the bulk of rain. The bulk of the rain is going to be out Saturday morning, it looks like. But as the leading edge of the cold front comes on through, it may provide us a little extra lift in the atmosphere to give us a couple of isolated thunderstorms. So keep that in mind if you have outdoor plans on Saturday. Other than that, we should see improving conditions with some cooler temperatures on into our Sunday. So your weather headlines, dry today. It's going to be pleasant, decreasing clouds. Got a great sunrise this morning. Clouds should continue to break up throughout the day. Increasing rain throughout the day on Friday, albeit on the light side, but the heaviest rain comes in Friday night into Saturday morning. And then any staycationers for spring breakers next week, high pressure is going to bring us some nice, happy weather and quiet conditions. So we do have the clouds hanging out with us. This doesn't show always the clouds, but this shows us a better depiction of some lower clouds in the atmosphere. When you look at visibility issues, we have some fog, low clouds banked up against the peaks of the Smokies, and that's where we have some lower visibility, but nobody really travels there. However, if you are traveling up along Interstate 40, over into North Carolina, you may run into some lower visibility as you climb the mountains. Temperatures are running about where we were yesterday. When you look at the numbers, we're in the 50s, not bad. Our average highs are in the mid to upper 50s, so pretty average weather, pretty much above average this morning, but we're close to our average highs at 7:37 this morning. So decreasing clouds for the second part of the day. We'll see some sunshine before the sun sets and before those high-level clouds start to increase around the area. So you can see our clouds this morning slowly going to be breaking up. It's a process. We've got a lot of low-level moisture trapped in. Thank goodness that we didn't have clear skies during the overnight hours because that would have led to very dense fog this morning with that radiational fog, radiational cooling. The atmosphere cools down at the surface when you don't have the clouds in place, and that allows for that fog formation, especially after a rain event. But as we get into our night tonight, it looks like quiet and sunnier conditions, increasing high clouds. Clouds will continue to thicken up overnight tonight. We'll have some scattered light rain showers for the first part of our Friday, and I think that's going to be the story. But when you look at rainfall amounts through tomorrow morning, fairly lackluster. So I'm not expecting a whole lot of rain by tomorrow morning. However, tomorrow through the day, we'll see some scattered light rain showers. This is how we wrap up our Friday. So we'll see just a few scattered light rain showers. I'm not expecting much. And as you see by 7 o'clock on Friday night, not a ton of rain. But as we leave the meet and greet tomorrow night, we're talking about some soakers moving on in as the heavy rain settles in after sunset on Friday tomorrow night, and it's going to be a soaker during the overnight hours. So anything that you have outside, maybe pull it in. We're going to see some windier conditions. The National Weather Service also talking about the fact that they may have to issue a wind advisory for the mountains. We are talking about those winds perpendicular to the mountains, not a huge mountain wave event per se, but definitely some gustier conditions thanks to some winds aloft at about 5,000 feet. They're going to be cranking across the highest peaks of the Smokies. We'll stay on the warmer side as we get into our Friday, Saturday. Sunday is going to be the coolest day down to 54. And then next week, we warm back into the 60s and 70s. And the coldest morning comes through as we head into our Monday morning. Again, as you travel out and about, if you are heading off for spring break and spring vacations, don't forget to download the East Tennessee Weather app. It goes wherever you go. Make sure you turn on notifications because if you are in a location that is expecting some stronger thunderstorms, i.e. the southeastern U.S., tomorrow, because you're traveling, the app goes with you. So make sure you do that. It's at the Google Play Store, the App Store, and a lot of folks are joining us on the app every single day. Lee says, looks like a lot of golf next week. That should be a lot of fun. It's going to be nice that we're not going to have a ton of rain throughout the day today. Let's see. Let me go back to chat. I'm trying to catch up on the chat here this morning. Robert says, do you have East Tennessee weather stickers? I do not have East Tennessee weather stickers. That's a good thing to add to the merch shop as we continue to build out. I think I'm going to be meeting with my web designer today, I think. And if we can, we're going to start to fine-tune the new website. We're really fine-tuning. I just told them, I said, listen, I think we just need to meet in person because we've been going back and forth on email, and I don't feel like enough is getting accomplished. And so I feel it's like I just think we need to meet in person, really hone down what we're trying to do, where things are going, how it's populating, and so I can learn how to update the app itself, or excuse me, the website, which also ties into the app itself. So something to keep in mind. So hopefully I'll be able to get that. And yes, I have fixed the stream. Tanner, I did get your phone calls last night. I was already in bed. My phone was already on Do Not Disturb, so I never saw them until this morning. But I did see that you called. And I guess you were calling to tell me that my stream was down, but I got it fixed. So thanks for the information, Tanner. Tanner, by the way, is 15 years old, and he's joining us, I believe you said, from Maryland. And he's got a 24-hour weather channel running up in Maryland, and he's only 15 years old. That's pretty rad stuff right there. That's dedication as a 15-year-old. I wonder where you're going to go, Tanner. Going to be a meteorologist one day? You're going to go back to college and get your meteorology degree? I hope you do. Especially since you're running a 24-hour weather channel. Katrina says, we downloaded the app on Roku. Yay, Katrina. Now we're pushing over 600 because Chris said he was going to download it in his daughter's bedroom. So now we're over 600 Roku app downloads, which is awesome. It's a start. Kimberly, I'm going to bring hats, shirts, and umbrellas tomorrow night. Those are the three things I will have for merchandise tomorrow night. I'll have a whole table set up. So yes, I will have all the merch tomorrow night. Gaming Gamer on YouTube says you didn't make East Tennessee Weather Cups. Yes, those are in the works right now. We've got Wake Up with Witcher mugs coming our way. We're going to have some East Tennessee Weather mugs coming our way. We're also going to have some tumblers. So we are going to build the merch site as time goes on. But remember, I'm going to be hosting everything here at the East Tennessee Weather Center. Because here's the thing, I was going to do drop ship, but the problem is that the quality of the t-shirts are not great. They're like the old Gildan ones, and I don't want cheap shirts. I don't want anything cheap. I want everything to be like, if I don't, when you purchase a t-shirt, you want to wear it. You don't want to put it in the dryer and let it shrink, right? And so these shirts that I have do not shrink. They're awesome. They're really soft. Robert, you're totally right. Stickers would be great. Well, you all are amazing. Hey, Jenny, good morning. I will get some stickers made. That's a good idea. I don't know where I'm going to put them. I don't put stickers on my car. But it'd be good to put like on your tumblers and stuff like that, I suppose. Not bad. Not bad. See, you're all helping me out, and I do appreciate that. Kathy says, good morning, Mike. I got 1.5 inches of rainfall yesterday. She's my neighbor across the street. How much more tomorrow? We'll probably see an inch. We'll probably see about another 3/4 to 1.5 inches of rain around East Tennessee tomorrow, Kathy. What are you saying, Kimberly? That doesn't make sense. No stickers on my car. Oh, no stickers on my car either. I'm going to read between the lines. I'm supposing that's what you said. Tom says, sweet, I got some free space on my RV. You going to throw an East Tennessee weather sticker on your RV, Tom? That would be awesome. I need to get some stickers for sure. I'll do that. I'll do that. That's a live view outside, by the way. That's at Volunteer Cove Marina in just south of downtown Knoxville. And you can see how the clouds are already starting to break up here this morning. All right, it's just about 7:45. I think we're going to wrap things up here this morning. I've got some meetings to attend here today. And I'm going to continue everything I do. Obviously, you're going to see more on social media throughout the day today. But I do appreciate you joining me for Wake Up with Witcher on this good old Thursday. It's going to be a dry Thursday. Thank goodness for that. Tomorrow, though, and tomorrow night and Saturday, not the case. Cooler weather does return on into our Sunday. And next week for spring breakers and staycationers, it is going to be a nice week next week. So good weather is on the way. We just got another little bump in the road with 'tis the season. Storm after storm after storm is going to be heading our way, but at least we've not had any severe weather right now. Of course, we had some in December, then we had the snow in January, but at least we haven't had too many severe weather storms or just severe storm events so far. But spring is just getting started. All right, my friends, we sure hope you have a great day. Thanks for tuning in early this morning. It's now 7:45, so we'll send you back to the 24-hour weather channel. Let that populate and play for a little bit. That folks may want to tune in, so we'll take that in progress. By the way, let me just give a big shout out to my sponsor this morning. This morning's Wake Up with Witcher is sponsored by East Tennessee Renovations. Give my friends a call at East Tennessee Renovations at 865-233-3657 or visit them online at easttnrenovations.com. If you want a free consultation, it is spring and we're getting into the spring and summer. So it is the season to do some renovations around your house. They try to make things as clean and simple on the job when they're tearing apart your house, but they also are certified aging in place specialists, which is super important as we age, or if something were to happen and you need to widen your doorways. They are the ones that are certified aging in place specialists. So they're fantastic for sure. Give Pam and her team a call today, 865-233-3657. All right, my friends, we'll send you back to the 24-hour weather channel. We sure hope you have a great day. I'll see you back here for Wake Up with Witcher, 7 o'clock, as we wrap up this work week. Boy, I can't believe it's already March 7th. I'll see you back here tomorrow morning and then tomorrow night for the meet and greet, Orange Hat Brewery in Hardin Valley. See you soon, my friends. Likely to see possibly a wind advisory, at least for the mountains of East Tennessee, as the storm system swings its way into the area. And it is going to produce some decent rain. So when you go Thursday into Friday, heaviest rain is going to be to our south, but we'll pick up some decent rain here. Friday into Saturday, that system starts to swing its way on out. But when you add those 2-3 days up in total, we'll see anywhere from a half an inch of rain to about an inch of rain here around East Tennessee. But to our south and southeast, we'll see pockets of 2 to 3 inches. Remember, those temperatures are going to take a little bit of a nosedive, right? So Sunday morning, we're waking up with temperatures in the 30s and 40s, a bit on the chillier side. We stay on the cool side Sunday afternoon, and then Monday morning is going to be a little bit chillier before those temperatures start to warm nicely. So when you look at your spring break forecast, this takes us into next week, Tuesday through next Monday, we're going to stay warm, a little bit of a dip in those temperatures Saturday, Sunday, Monday, as yet another storm system is set to arrive. We sure hope you have a great day, and thanks for checking in with us right here on East Tennessee Weather.
When you're ready for replacement windows, we offer high-quality, energy-efficient windows in many styles and colors. We want to help you improve your home's curb appeal. Free in-home estimate with upfront prices. No games or gimmicks. No high-pressure sales tactics. Double hung, picture, slider, casement, and architectural shapes. We offer them all. We've got a window for every home and a window for every budget.
Hey folks, it's Jake from Rusty Wallace Key of Knoxville. We're kicking off the new year right. You'll save more than ever before in 2024. The price won't be the problem with deals like these. Get rates as low as 0.9%. Get $7,000 over KBB value for your trade. Plus, every new vehicle comes with Rusty's exclusive, no-charge 200,000-mile warranty. And don't forget, the price won't be the problem at Rusty Wallace Key of Knoxville, I-75 at Callahan Drive.
You're watching East Tennessee Weather. Weather when you want it.
Hi, everyone. Happy Thursday. Have a great day. It looks like it's going to be a gorgeous day. Now we start off with the clouds and damp conditions thanks to the rain that we had yesterday. And boy, we saw a lot of rain around town. Dry today, but clearly that changes. Weather is going to be moving its way on in. Showers, a few thunderstorms as we get into our Friday. And Saturday as our next weather maker slides into the area. But improving conditions. Here are your weather headlines. Dry today, increasing rain Friday. Friday night to Saturday morning, moderate to heavy rainfall. That's going to make for a rather soggy start to our Saturday. Can't rule out a couple of thunderstorms Saturday as the cold front swings its way through. And then spring break high pressure brings us that happy weather. For any staycationers, it's going to be a nice week next week. Here's your forecast for the day today. We start off with some fog this morning, temperatures in the 50s, but we'll climb into the upper 60s, so it will be warmer today. Now, I think we're going to hang on to the clouds across the plateau and the mountains for a good chunk of the day, but I think as we get into the second part of our day, we'll start to see some clearing skies. And so do anticipate some sunshine, but that's going to be short-lived because some high clouds will start to drift on in as we get closer to sundown tonight, a sign of a changing weather pattern that is moving its way into the area. So we're dry throughout the day today. Overnight tonight, here comes our showers. Clouds will be creeping in from the south and southwest. Rain showers start to settle in as we get into our Friday morning. Now, it's not going to produce a lot of rainfall. So when you look at rainfall amounts just through Friday morning, it's going to be pretty lackluster. However, that's going to be increasing or changing anyways as we get into our Friday night and Saturday morning. Here's your Friday forecast. We'll see a few scattered showers throughout the day today. Again, most of Friday is not going to be a total washout. It's really going to be Friday night and a Saturday morning that the heavier rain settles its way on in. So by Friday night, here come those showers. If you have evening plans, do anticipate some moderate showers through sundown and beyond. And we'll start to pick up a little bit more rainfall by Friday night. Now, as we go from Friday night into Saturday morning, the bulk of the moisture is going to be swinging its way into the area, and that's going to produce moderate to heavy rainfall. Could see some localized flooding around the area by Saturday morning, so it's a rather soggy start to our Saturday for sure. Cold front's going to come through about 11 o'clock in the morning. That could spark off a couple of isolated thunderstorms, so we'll have to watch out for the threat of that. Your 7-day temperature trend, we're going to stay in the 60s all the way through Saturday. A little bit of a dip in those temps Sunday, Monday, and then we're back into the mid to upper 60s as we get into our Tuesday, Wednesday time frame. And low temperatures, the coldest morning comes through on Monday as we'll dip down to about 34 degrees. Now, our next storm system is going to be swinging its way in. This is where that Friday, Saturday storm system is originating from the West Coast. It's going to drive a lot of energy into the area, and that's what's going to help push that cold front into our area. So when you look at our rain chances, they'll be elevated Friday and Saturday. Rain chances fade away Sunday into next week. And I'm really not anticipating much rainfall next week. But we do have a chance for some strong thunderstorms. So it is spring break for a lot of kids. And so if you start to travel, here's your travel forecast. Friday into the south and south central part of the U.S., we have a chance for severe weather, and then that shifts its way to the southeastern coastline, including Georgia, South Carolina, and North Carolina. Now, notice it bypasses East Tennessee. I'll be curious to see what the Storm Prediction Center does. We have a little moment of time Saturday afternoon that we could see a couple of isolated strong thunderstorms. And our flood risk will be extended off to our south and east on Saturday, but does exist here across East Tennessee on into our Friday. So here's how that plays out at the surface with our regional forecast. You can see how those showers are going to be on the increase. Low tracks its way out of the mid-south, and that's going to pump in a lot of energy. We're talking about a lot of wind associated with this system as well, so likely to see possibly a wind advisory, at least for the mountains of East Tennessee, as the storm system swings its way into the area. And it is going to produce some decent rain. So when you go Thursday into Friday, heaviest rain is going to be to our south, but we'll pick up some decent rain here. Friday into Saturday, that system starts to swing its way on out. But when you add those 2-3 days up in total, we'll see anywhere from a half an inch of rain to about an inch of rain here around East Tennessee. But to our south and southeast, we'll see pockets of 2 to 3 inches. Remember, those temperatures are going to take a little bit of a nosedive, right? So Sunday morning, we're waking up with temperatures in the 30s and 40s, a bit on the chillier side. We stay on the cool side Sunday afternoon, and then Monday morning is going to be a little bit chillier before those temperatures start to warm nicely. So when you look at your spring break forecast, this takes us into next week, Tuesday through next Monday, we're going to stay warm, a little bit of a dip in those temperatures Saturday, Sunday, Monday, as yet another storm system is set to arrive. We sure hope you have a great day, and thanks for checking in with us right here on East Tennessee Weather. one happy Thursday. Have a great day. It looks like it's going to be a gorgeous day. Now we start off with the clouds and damp conditions thanks to the rain that we had yesterday. And boy, we saw a lot of rain around town. Dry today, but clearly that changes. Weather is going to be moving its way on in. Showers, a few thunderstorms as we get into our Friday. And Saturday as our next weather maker slides into the area. But improving conditions. Here are your weather headlines. Dry today, increasing rain Friday. Friday night to Saturday morning, moderate to heavy rainfall. That's going to make for a rather soggy start to our Saturday. Can't rule out a couple of thunderstorms Saturday as the cold front swings its way through. And then spring break, high pressure brings us that happy weather. For any staycationers, it's going to be a nice week next week. Here's your forecast for the day today. We start off with some fog this morning. Temperatures in the 50s, but we'll climb into the upper 60s. So it will be warmer today. Now, I think we're going to hang on to the clouds across the plateau and the mountains for a good chunk of the day. But I think as we get into the second part of our day, we'll start to see some clearing skies. And so do anticipate some sunshine. But that's going to be short-lived because some high clouds will start to drift on in as we get closer to sundown tonight, a sign of a changing weather pattern that is moving its way into the area. So we're dry throughout the day today. Overnight tonight, here comes our showers. Clouds will be creeping in from the south and southwest. Rain showers start to settle in as we get into our Friday morning. Now, it's not going to produce a lot of rainfall. So when you look at rainfall amounts just through Friday morning, it's going to be pretty lackluster. However, that's going to be increasing or changing anyways as we get into our Friday night and Saturday morning. Here's your Friday forecast. We'll see a few scattered showers throughout the day today. Again, most of Friday is not going to be a total washout. It's really going to be Friday night and a Saturday morning that the heavier rain settles its way on in. So by Friday night, here come those showers. If you have evening plans, do anticipate some moderate showers through sundown and beyond. And we'll start to pick up a little bit more rainfall by Friday night. Now, as we go from Friday night into Saturday morning, the bulk of the moisture is going to be swinging its way into the area. And that's going to produce moderate to heavy rainfall. Could see some localized flooding around the area by Saturday morning. So it's a rather soggy start to our Saturday for sure. Cold front's going to come through about 11 o'clock in the morning. That could spark off a couple of isolated thunderstorms. So we'll have to watch out for the threat of that. Your 7-day temperature trend, we're going to stay in the 60s all the way through Saturday. A little bit of a dip in those temps Sunday, Monday, and then we're back into the mid to upper 60s as we get into our Tuesday, Wednesday time frame. And low temperatures, the coldest morning comes through on Monday as we'll dip down to about 34 degrees. Now, our next storm system is going to be swinging its way in. This is where that Friday, Saturday storm system is originating from the West Coast. It's going to drive a lot of energy into the area, and that's what's going to help push that cold front into our area. So when you look at our rain chances, they'll be elevated Friday and Saturday. Rain chances fade away Sunday into next week. And I'm really not anticipating much rainfall next week. But we do have a chance for some strong thunderstorms. So it is spring break for a lot of kids. And so if you start to travel, here's your travel forecast. Friday into the south and south central part of the U.S., we have a chance for severe weather. And then that shifts its way to the southeastern coastline, including Georgia, South Carolina, and North Carolina. Now, notice it bypasses East Tennessee. I'll be curious to see what the Storm Prediction Center does. We have a little moment of time Saturday afternoon that we could see a couple of isolated strong thunderstorms. And our flood risk will be extended off to our south and east on Saturday, but does exist here across East Tennessee on into our Friday. So here's how that plays out at the surface with our regional forecast. You can see how those showers are going to be on the increase. Low tracks its way out of the Mid-South, and that's going to pump in a lot of energy. We're talking about a lot of wind associated with this system as well, so likely to see possibly a wind advisory, at least for the mountains of East Tennessee, as the storm system swings its way into the area. And it is going to produce some decent rain. So when you go Thursday into Friday, heaviest rain is going to be to our south, but we'll pick up some decent rain here. Friday into Saturday, that system starts to swing its way on out. But when you add those 2-3 days up in total, we'll see anywhere from a half an inch of rain to about an inch of rain here around East Tennessee. But to our south and southeast, we'll see pockets of 2 to 3 inches. Remember, those temperatures are going to take a little bit of a nosedive, right? So Sunday morning, we're waking up with temperatures in the 30s and 40s, a bit on the chillier side. We stay on the cool side Sunday afternoon, and then Monday morning is going to be a little bit chillier before those temperatures start to warm nicely. So when you look at your spring break forecast, this takes us into next week, Tuesday through next Monday, we're going to stay warm, a little bit of a dip in those temperatures Saturday, Sunday, Monday, as yet another storm system is set to arrive. We sure hope you have a great day, and thanks for checking in with us right here on East Tennessee Weather.
Hey folks, it's Brian from Rusty Wallace Kia on Alcoa Highway. We're kicking off the new year right. You'll save more than ever before in 2024. The price won't be the problem with deals like these. Get rates as low as 0.9%. Get $7,000 over KBB value for your trade. Plus, every new Kia comes with Rusty's exclusive, no-charge 200,000-mile warranty. And don't forget, the price will not be the problem at Rusty Wallace Kia on Alcoa Highway.
When you're ready for replacement windows, we offer high-quality, energy-efficient windows in many styles and colors. We want to help you improve your home's curb appeal. Free in-home estimate with upfront prices. No games or gimmicks. No high-pressure sales tactics. Double hung, picture, slider, casement, and architectural shapes. We offer them all. We've got a window for every home and a window for every budget.
You're watching East Tennessee Weather. Weather when you want it.
Hi, everyone. Happy Thursday. Have a great day. It looks like it's going to be a gorgeous day. Now we start off with the clouds and damp conditions thanks to the rain that we had yesterday. And boy, we saw a lot of rain around town. Dry today, but clearly that changes. Weather is going to be moving its way on in. Showers, a few thunderstorms as we get into our Friday. And Saturday as our next weather maker slides into the area. But improving conditions. Here are your weather headlines. Dry today, increasing rain Friday. Friday night to Saturday morning, moderate to heavy rainfall. That's going to make for a rather soggy start to our Saturday. Can't rule out a couple of thunderstorms Saturday as the cold front swings its way through. And then spring break, high pressure brings us that happy weather. For any staycationers, it's going to be a nice week next week. Here's your forecast for the day today. We start off with some fog this morning. Temperatures in the 50s, but we'll climb into the upper 60s. So it will be warmer today. Now, I think we're going to hang on to the clouds across the plateau and the mountains for a good chunk of the day. But I think as we get into the second part of our day, we'll start to see some clearing skies. And so do anticipate some sunshine. But that's going to be short-lived because some high clouds will start to drift on in as we get closer to sundown tonight, a sign of a changing weather pattern that is moving its way into the area. So we're dry throughout the day today. Overnight tonight, here comes our showers. Clouds will be creeping in from the south and southwest. Rain showers start to settle in as we get into our Friday morning. Now, it's not going to produce a lot of rainfall. So when you look at rainfall amounts just through Friday morning, it's going to be pretty lackluster. However, that's going to be increasing or changing anyways as we get into our Friday night and Saturday morning. Here's your Friday forecast. We'll see a few scattered showers throughout the day today. Again, most of Friday is not going to be a total washout. It's really going to be Friday night and a Saturday morning that the heavier rain settles its way on in. So by Friday night, here come those showers. If you have evening plans, do anticipate some moderate showers through sundown and beyond. And we'll start to pick up a little bit more rainfall by Friday night. Now, as we go from Friday night into Saturday morning, the bulk of the moisture is going to be swinging its way into the area. And that's going to produce moderate to heavy rainfall. Could see some localized flooding around the area by Saturday morning. So it's a rather soggy start to our Saturday for sure. Cold front's going to come through about 11 o'clock in the morning. That could spark off a couple of isolated thunderstorms. So we'll have to watch out for the threat of that. Your 7-day temperature trend, we're going to stay in the 60s all the way through Saturday. A little bit of a dip in those temps Sunday, Monday, and then we're back into the mid to upper 60s as we get into our Tuesday, Wednesday time frame. And low temperatures, the coldest morning comes through on Monday as we'll dip down to about 34 degrees. Now, our next storm system is going to be swinging its way in. This is where that Friday, Saturday storm system is originating from the West Coast. It's going to drive a lot of energy into the area, and that's what's going to help push that cold front into our area. So when you look at our rain chances, they'll be elevated Friday and Saturday. Rain chances fade away Sunday into next week. And I'm really not anticipating much rainfall next week. But we do have a chance for some strong thunderstorms. So it is spring break for a lot of kids. And so if you start to travel, here's your travel forecast. Friday into the south and south central part of the U.S., we have a chance for severe weather. And then that shifts its way to the southeastern coastline, including Georgia, South Carolina, and North Carolina. Now notice it bypasses East Tennessee. I'll be curious to see what the Storm Prediction Center does. We have a little moment of time Saturday afternoon that we could see a couple of isolated strong thunderstorms. And our flood risk will be extended off to our south and east on Saturday, but does exist here across East Tennessee on into our Friday. So here's how that plays out at the surface with our regional forecast. You can see how those showers are going to be on the increase. Low tracks its way out of the Mid-South, and that's going to pump in a lot of energy. We're talking about a lot of wind associated with this system as well, so likely to see possibly a wind advisory, at least for the mountains of East Tennessee, as the storm system swings its way into the area. And it is going to produce some decent rain. So when you go Thursday into Friday, heaviest rain is going to be to our south, but we'll pick up some decent rain here. Friday into Saturday, that system starts to swing its way on out. But when you add those 2-3 days up in total, we'll see anywhere from a half an inch of rain to about an inch of rain here around East Tennessee. But to our south and southeast, we'll see pockets of 2 to 3 inches. Remember, those temperatures are going to take a little bit of a nosedive, right? So Sunday morning, we're waking up with temperatures in the 30s and 40s, a bit on the chillier side. We stay on the cool side Sunday afternoon, and then Monday morning is going to be a little bit chillier before those temperatures start to warm nicely. So when you look at your spring break forecast, this takes us into next week, Tuesday through next Monday. We're going to stay warm, a little bit of a dip in those temperatures Saturday, Sunday, Monday, as yet another storm system is set to arrive. We sure hope you have a great day, and thanks for checking in with us right here on East Tennessee Weather.